This is the Outside Film Festival for Mountainfilm in Telluride.
I'm here with Judith SelbyLang and RichardLang from OnePlasticBeach. They're the artists from the movie. They collect plastic on the beach and make fantastic art out of it, like this necklace you have here. So tell me what inspired you to get started collecting plastic from the beach.
Well, I mean, it's a bit of a love story, but the first day that we picked up plastic, we carried 7 bags of plastic off the beach, put them in the truck, and then where does it go?
Right.
So, understanding that there's no way, we started going through it, and gee, this stuff is beautiful.
And maybe it would make, instead of describing it as plastic pollution, how about we call it free art supplies? Let's go get some.
Right.
So now we're on the hunt.
Right.
Always to see who can find the best, the brightest, the most unusual, and we're quite competitive in our adventure.
Between the two of you?
Between the
boy,
two of us,
yeah.
exactly. If you find
really.
something really good, you stick it in your secret pocket, and then only at the end of the day you go, look what I found. And it goes back and forth, exactly.
That's
Yes,
amazing. And it was kind of by accident that you realized sort of how beautiful the art was. You said you photograph art for business and you just decided to photograph some of the plastic.
Well, we had gotten a new camera, this really wonderful 128 megapixel camera, and we wanted something that was colorful and had a lot of texture. We wanted to see how the focus was, depth of field, all that technical stuff. So I brought in a bunch of plastic we had collected, and we photographed it, and we went, whoa.
We have something here.
This is really great.
Well, it also helped us, having this situation with this camera, helped us to develop a collaborative strategy. There's a flat bed and the camera lens is up above, so we can light and we can arrange the plastic, and then we can argue about, oh, this needs one more piece of this or one more piece of that. And so this collaborative thing has gotten really
And man, do we argue. Why I ought to...
I was going to say argue is probably the right word, since you're both studio artists and you work on your own. I know my husband's a studio artist, so to have that collaboration and be able to work that way is amazing.
Well, the reason we stuck is, we were trying to make a Venn diagram of how we could work together, and it was either make it or break it. We were either going to make it doing this work, or we'd give it up. And we got into a really nice pattern of working with each other.
Right.
And fighting's part of it, and we're fair fighters.
It's good for the relationship.
It is good. So we can fight about that and then not so much about everything else.
Yeah. And then in terms of the beach, obviously plastic on the beach and in the ocean is sort of the bigger issue here.
It's unending.
Unending.
It's just always there. It's more so in the winter, less in the summer, but it's always there. It's coming from, we find plastic from the Philippines, from Korea, from China, Japan, and most recently we found our first water bottle from India.
What can other people do, or?
Well, that's the thing, and this is the creative mind at work, is everyone has ideas about doing something. It's the artists who really actualize things, and it's really important for everybody, if you want a better world, to act on your creative impulses.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you talking to us.
Sure.
And now let's watch OnePlasticBeach.
We really like to say that this is a love story. From our first date at Kehoe Beach, a whole life has unfolded.
We decided that we were going to go to the beach and go as often as we could and see what we could collect in 1 year. We started specializing in one item, which was juice lid caps, because they're colorful and they're ubiquitous. And we thought, well, let's make a trophy of our days at the beach, so we made a trophy fish. In that 1 year, we collected at least
2 tons.
4,000 pounds of plastic. And right around that time, the information about the North Pacific Gyre started coming through.
It's an area that some describe as the size of Texas, some say twice the size of Brazil.
The ocean currents conspire to create a giant swirl, and the plastic is collected there. It doesn't disintegrate, it degrades from the sun, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So what the gyre really is a giant soup of these little plastic particles. Are we cleaning the beach? There's no way that we could clean the beach. As Judith says, we're not cleaning the beach, we're curating the beach. We're picking up the things that we really like.
We'll go sort of with a shopping list. So we may say, oh, we need some more disposable lighters, or we need a new swath of red or green.
This is really fun. And people that go with us, you know, think we're a little nuts, and then they get into it. We really limited ourselves to this one little kilometer of beach because, like a holographic pinpoint, we want to talk about this one little place as the place that stands as a marker for the whole planet.
In about 2 hours, we can collect probably more than we can carry back, usually 70, 75 pounds. This green thing is an agricultural pull tie for trellising up grapes. That's a balloon, we call them a balloon nib. It's the reinforced very top part of a balloon. So, some real treasures here. I'm very happy. And look at how beautifully color coordinated they are. We could lose the yellow once you grab the yellow. Everything else here, look at there. Is that a great palette of things?
I like the yellow.
Okay, you like the yellow? It's a little...
You gotta have a little
contrast there. Yeah, that's pretty good. We bring it back, we wash it, and then begin a sorting process. And that is, to me, that's one of the great pleasures.
Exercises in pattern recognition. I mean, these are some of the categories. These hat bands.
Bubble blowers.
We find lots of AstroTurf. This is an oil truck.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah. And we got a book out of the library on plastic from the 40s and 50s when plastic really began its heyday. And there is a picture of this little plastic truck in perfect, pristine condition, and it was last made in 1949.